Welcome to Crypto Daily. My name is Dustin Knaus, and be sure to follow our show wherever you listen to podcasts. And please leave a review on Apple Podcasts. Last year, Cuba allowed its citizens to use cryptocurrency. Now, the Cuban Central Bank issued regulations for virtual asset service providers. Before issuing a license, the bank will consider the legality, socioeconomic interest, and project characteristics of all requests. If approved, the license would only be valid initially for 1 year. This is good for the industry, as it means more accessibility and more adoption. However, some critics do worry that this becomes a way for Cubans to get around the sanctions that the U.S. imposed in the 60s. Right now, Cubans are not allowed to get credit or debit cards for international use. With crypto, that would mean the ability to navigate around the banking industry and pay people directly through digital wallets. This would also give an opportunity for new ways to get money to flow into the economy. In other news, the Idaho Department of Finance has been issuing a warning to the public about investment scams that are targeting Idaho investors. Websites like CryptoFX Direct, Shield Investors Ltd., Quartz FX Trade, and Finvest Trading have been promising big returns and zero risk. They are even going as far as claiming returns of 65 to 80% every 24 hours. Of course, they claim that the more money you put in, the higher the rewards. When the person invests, someone comes to them and tells them they've made a lot of money. But to access it, they have to pay fees before it can be transferred out. As you know, none of these fraudulent companies have been registered to sell securities in Idaho, nor have they filed to conduct business with the Idaho Secretary of State. The truth is, in order to have high reward, you have to have high risk. There is no such thing as low risk, high reward, or everyone would do it, and there would be no need to give a big reward. Also, crypto is not a get-rich-quick business. You have to sit on it and wait for years for it to mature. People didn't become millionaires overnight from crypto. They did it by waiting. So please, remember that if something sounds too good to be true, it is. Moving on. A recent survey shows that the majority of people believe crypto will be universally adopted in the next 10 years. Bitstamp surveyed more than 28,000 investors from 23 countries across North America, Latin America, Europe, Africa, the Middle East, and Asia Pacific. 88% of institutional respondents and 75% of retail investors believe that crypto will see mainstream adoption in the next decade. The survey also found that 80% of institutional investors reported that cryptos will overtake traditional investment vehicles. We're also seeing trust in the industry, as the study showed 71% of investment professionals and 65% of everyday investors stating that they trust crypto. Only a few years ago, most people would have been hesitant or scared about investing in crypto. Things are moving quick. Well, now it's time to turn our focus over to the world of NFTs. Disney is making their way into the Metaverse, and they're laying out their plan on how to get there. This week, Disney executive Mike White, that sounds like a fake name, met with senior Disney leaders to discuss what they are calling next-generation storytelling. Disney CEO Bob Chapek expressed his interest in the Metaverse on CNBC in February, calling the Metaverse a third dimension of canvas for Disney creatives. He was quoted saying, "It's going to take all the great things that we as a media company have with Disney Plus and use that as a platform for the Metaverse. But at the same time, we have something that no one else has, and that's the physical world, a world of our parks. And so, if the Metaverse is the blending of the physical and the digital in one environment, who can do it better than Disney?" Disney has not officially commented on the meeting or given details about what their plan is, but it is clear that they aren't planning to duplicate their company or parks in VR headsets. They are looking at it as a means of storytelling and a way to enhance park experience. In other news, NFTs are helping music artists in a big way. It's causing more and more artists to turn away from the traditional music industry, with many artists seeing Web3 as the new business model for artists. Thanks to blockchain technology, artists can control their pricing, earn royalties in secondary market sales, and connect with their community. Artist Maroof was quoted saying, "Web3 is incredible and a real thing. This gave us a chance to live off of our art and build a community that we never knew existed. That's power. The singer and songwriter Europe said, "I enjoy being able to release the music I want, when I want, where I want, and how I want. I appreciate the financial freedom that comes with finally having my music valued at the price point it deserves." On streaming services, artists are paid a fraction of a penny per listen. And artists have to wait a long time to get their checks, assuming that they even ever do. With blockchain technology, artists are making more faster. To put it to scale, many artists are making in 2 minutes what it would take by having 1 million streams on typical platforms. Be sure to follow our show wherever you get your podcasts. Also, leave a review on Apple Podcasts or a comment on YouTube. It really helps the show. I'm Dustin Knaus, and thank you for joining me today.